Welcome back, DigiDs, to Polygonable Broggy 3. That's where we're today. We're going to be continuing off exactly where we left off from last time. Continue along what we were doing. Last time we learned out how to use a whole bunch of rope and cable. But now turn off Snap to Grid to make precise adjustments to your bridge. A quantum leap. It looks like this time we're making ourselves a little bit of a ramp. We only have 5 pieces of road, 2 pieces of steel, and a little bit of wood, plus cables, so not too bad. But hey, DigiDs, right off the bat, if you find yourself coming back to watch more Poly Bridge 3 content and you'd like to see the other content on the channel, feel free to hit that like button, comment down below, and honestly just subscribe. The like and comments really do help me find out whether or not you enjoy this content. But let's take a look here. How fast does this car go? Let me just go ahead and start simulation. You know, honestly, that's not bad. That's pretty fast. It had a good arc like this. So if it had an arc like that, it only needs like a slight upward angle. I bet we could do something along the lines of, I bet we could just do it real simple like so. I bet that in itself might even be a little bit overkill. And I know that we do have cable, but cable is super expensive. I want to do something similar to a wood rope. Can we maybe, we do have a little bit of support down here at the bottom. I can go ahead and auto triangulate. Get a nice good attachment there at the center, and then maybe just attach there. We'll see if that even holds. That does not hold. that did not hold. So it ended up kind of buckling there. I think it definitely needs a little bit of support. I mean, even something like that probably holds it a little bit better. It does. But it is breaking, and it's surprisingly, it's not breaking at the wood rope at the top. It is breaking down here at the support beam. Okay, well, we can just go ahead and erase that, and we can just, you know, be better about it, like so. Ah, look at that. That should be stronger. A nice good wood muscle there at the bottom. It seems like we're not even really making the jump either. We might need to redesign this entirely. Connect that in, get this down, going to the base format, put in another wood muscle, and I wonder if that's going to be good enough. Not quite.
Why not?
Not quite. That seems a little excessive on the wood, but really, is there something that's, how am I, you know, I think I need to do a proper arch support here. Let's go ahead and just undo a few of these. Undo. Because I think we need to go ahead and arch this up, make sure it holds steady. I feel like a lot of this right here in the center is very excessive, but it does hold now. And surprisingly enough, I guess we can maybe do another muscle. Just connect it in right there. Still a little excessive. Not quite strong enough still. Okay, we need to change up the support system a little bit. Surprisingly, the wood rope at the top seems to be holding pretty well. I don't think we have to worry about that at all. Now, what we could do, instead of just trying to do anything about it, we could just do a whole bunch of rope like this, and then do a single steel beam. And that technically is cheaper than our previous. But it doesn't quite hold on well enough. I could even just, what if I were to just triangulate everything? Oh, not the steel. What if I were just to triangulate everything right here in the center? Oh, so close. I feel like I'm not quite understanding a concept here. How about just more attachments? More attachments. More! Not quite. All right. So I feel like we have a decent angle going. So how about we, I say keep the path going straight a little bit longer. Keep it going up. And then something like that should be more than enough. The only problem now is just being able to make sure that we can actually hold it all. So we can do an easy under-over type of support. Let's start off with another wood muscle. Comes up and around. As we learned in the last episode too, on how to do our proper little triangles for a shape of a bridge here. So that right there should give it more than enough type of support. And I wonder if there can even be a way. Let's go ahead and save ourselves a little bit here. Chances are this is probably all going to collapse. It's holding. Oh, that actually did pretty well. We need to try that again. That did end up breaking, so we need to fix this along the way somewhere. So it's this piece here. We could maybe try to do a wood muscle for it. Just replace anything that you can and want to with wood muscles. And just kind of drag that across. Make it a little bit smaller on us. Beautiful. Now maybe that'll not break. Hey, actually, that worked pretty good.
For a brick, he flew pretty good.
And we did end up overflying a little bit too, so we got kind of right in the middle ground. Dude, what do they want us to do here? No anchors in the middle. Try resting your bridge on the island. Oh. So we have nothing in the center to really hold it up. We just have this kind of bridge just sitting in the middle. And how fast does this thing go?
Father, help!
Not very fast, so it's got to be strong enough to actually hold up. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and try to build what they want us to build, which is probably something along the lines of so. And then they probably want us as well to just kind of do an under-over type of support system. We can go ahead and do our triangle, our new learned found skill of how to do a proper bridge. And then even something along the lines of, let's get this right up against the wall as much as we can and drag that over, because now that does also another under-over slight arch and then down into the foundation. And we could even just easily take this, copy it, flip it around, attach it, and it's exactly the same. Will that hold? Ooh, surprise! It was doing pretty well. I thought it got pretty far. I like it. How about can we drag some of these up? I mean, we can, but is that gonna do us any good? Is that gonna make it stronger? It does. But it reaches over just fine on the other side. I mean, hey, we're in the top 40%. We're not in the bottom. And I just got an achievement called 2 sheep. Unlock 2 sheep. Didn't have enough time to read it. But that's okay, because in the editing, you'll be able to see it right here. Do my snaps come through in the mic? I don't know. Guess you'll find out in the recording right here. Next level. Try bracing your bridge against the cliff edge. Oh, we've already been doing that for this entire time. Look at that brace though. Look at that brace. Hang on. What do we got going on here? I mean, usually I'm used to just like a small little triangle, one attachment in and call it a good brace, but they got a whole working system going on here with steel beam and everything. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just say that you're wrong.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
Right. Should have known. It really does want us to better brace this against the side of the hill. Okay, so it wants us even better braced? I mean, I guess that's more bracing. Interesting. So we need to somehow manage to brace this against the side. I think it wants us to just kind of like hold it up at a weird angle. We only have 6 pieces, so I guess that means that they want us to do 3 on each. Well, I guess give ourselves a little bit of an upward angle, because then it can kind of drop off into the flag, but that might be unnecessary because, I mean, we don't really necessarily need that, right? So, yeah, it's got still a slight upward angle, but I suppose that'll work. We'll go ahead and just take this, copy it, flip it over on the other side. And now we're talking. So they really want us to somehow brace this in, huh? It's improvements. Does it hold? It actually holds pretty well. It holds pretty well. Well, I would just go ahead and copy this, flip it over. And where are we sitting at the budget? 11,079. So it might be, it definitely is a little overkill. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at that again. let's try it again from a different angle. Yeah, now there we go. Isn't that just beautiful? One more time. One more time. And also because I want to get that thumbnail. There we go. Now they're going to collide right in the center. Give me that thumbnail. Let me get my mouse out of the way. Yeah. And there you go. That's the thumbnail for today. The top 38%. I think that we can definitely shave this down quite a bit. I say let's just take this down as much as we can. Is that going to hold? If we actually go up to 2 times speed, that holds. And if that holds, that means it can hold even more. How does that hold? That holds. All right. Does this hold? Go ahead and just bring these all the way up, and then I guess a little bit less. The less wood that we're using, just keeping in with that angle. Can I drag this down even further? And to go even further beyond?
Even further beyond!
We just need to see how far we can go until it breaks, right? So what if we were to get rid of this muscle? I feel like that muscle was a very load-bearing muscle. I think that was... I don't know exactly where I want to put this. I guess I can maybe get rid of that brace. That might be a bit much. Yeah, I think that was a bit much there. Try again. Maybe a little bit more support on that front. Yeah, that's a good one. I think we're gonna go ahead and stick with that. Let's just go ahead and take this entire side, delete it, copy it, use F to flip it around. There you go. It worked on one side. It should work on both. Beautiful, beautiful. What was our stress on that? 93.57% stress. We are now in the top 25%. I think that's a pretty good improvement. What was it before? The last 38%. Now we're in the top 25. Beautiful. I like it. On to the next level. See what we're doing with today. Oh God, no. Okay. Okay. I was dreading this moment. This is where I ended up quitting back in Polybridge 2, because as soon as I got to hydraulics, I didn't understand how to properly use hydraulics at all. Like, I understand the concept, but in the terms of the game, it is a little confusing. Hydraulics allow your bridges to change shape. We have to modify this bridge to allow the boat to pass by. Click to continue. Oh my. Place 2 pistons to match the example of the hydraulics. No problem. All the way up. And also all the way across. Couldn't we have just do the same, since one does it from this section? I guess they're trying to teach you. Drag the slider to adjust the left hydraulic to expand 50%. Is there a marker? Oh, is that all the way up? Like all the way up is 50%? Double click the node to create a split joint, allowing the 2 halves of the bridge to split apart. Great job. We can now simulate our drawbridge. Click to continue. Now isn't that just beautiful? I love it. One side rises up a little bit higher than the other, but hey, it works. Is it going to allow us to shave this at all? Because we could definitely shave off by having a smaller hydraulic attaching it to the other pillar in comparison to, you know, this long piece of hydraulicism right there. Use hydraulics to create a drawbridge. Well, okay, don't mind if I do. So we can't do anything about these at all. So I guess, oh, that's exactly what we just had before. Can I get rid of this? No, these are all locked into exactly what they want. And they want us to maybe just copy this over. I mean, I think the idea is that they want us to do this, flip it around, and then that would be our bridge. And that's going to put us like probably exactly in line with everyone else. 3 times speed, watch it all go through. The beautiful bridge, only 36% stress though. And where does that put us on the leaderboard? Probably exactly along with everybody else. Yeah, bottom 32%. Look at that. Everyone chose the simple solution. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and change this up. We don't need this long hydraulic piece. And the more hydraulics you had, just the more expensive it is. Like, look at that. It is 750 per meter. That is a lot. That is a lot. So I say that we could probably do something. Well, we don't need 2 hydraulic pieces, right? We could do something like this, make that a split, combine in this piece with another piece of wood. They all seem pretty effective, and we don't even necessarily have to do too much. Maybe we can, I mean, we contract 50%. Is that going to hold? No. That did not hold at all. That didn't hold one single bit. I mean, we could attach it to there. Hey, that does hold. That actually does hold. That works pretty well. Then it comes back down and reattaches and goes across. And I bet that alone is going to put us like higher up in the leaderboard. Yeah, already at the top 23% by just changing it up like that. But we have extremely low amounts of stress. Like with this, there's almost no stress to this bridge at all. We could just drag all of these pieces down, save a bunch of wood, keep that in line. Probably weighs less doing that as well. But it's certainly not as strong. So I suppose, why don't we go ahead and actually, since this is where it's getting pulled on the most, we could even do a little bit of, let's say, a muscle. I love myself a good muscle. There we go. Drag them a little bit closer. That should make it a bit stronger. Tears away the bridge. Let's just you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Back to the basics.
I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye.
We could even do something like, let's say, go over and then drop them down. I mean, hang on a second. I might be onto something. I think we're definitely gonna need a muscle on this side. I think we're gonna have to like do a system like this. We're gonna need more support there. That's for certain. And then probably even, I don't want to waste too much because we were sitting around, what was it, like 10,000-ish? I don't even remember now at this point, but I'm going to connect this in, and that's gonna be a good stabilizer support right there. go ahead and carry this around and over. And then I think we should even, don't want to triangulate that in, but I think we could even do something along the lines of like, make sure that this gets, oh, I can't quite do it. I can't quite do it. It's just a little bit too far away. So then why don't we just give ourselves a little bit of support? No, it's still just a little bit too far away. That is a little sad. But that's fine. We can just make a muscle out of it. I mean, maybe that'll be strong enough. Maybe that'll be strong enough. I mean, are we saving that much money? I don't think we are.
Parkour!
Oh. Tumbles and a somersault to the end. What do we get? A 90% stress and top 6% in the top 2,000. You know what? Honestly, no. We need to go back. No, how do I go back? How do I go back? Load bridge, not load bridge. Exit to main, exit to campaign. Yeah, on your own, we need to revisit this. Build. That worked extremely, 90% stress. I bet we could drag all these pieces down a little bit further. Just make it a little bit cheaper. Cutting off a little bit out of everything will just go a long way in terms of price. Come on. Is that gonna hold? The problem is just when the car gets on there. We were already at 90% stress before. Oh, that was a little bit too much. Okay, drag this up a little bit, I suppose. Trying to shave off as much as possible. Let's go to 5 times speed. Just let this go as fast as possible. Yeah, that's it. I mean, 96%, top 5%. We just moved like 500 places. I honestly, what is the top scores? What are the top scores doing right now? 4,340? Like the 4,000, 5,000 range? Let's take a look at the gallery. What are people doing? Unbreaking only, under budget, lowest budget. Oh, they're doing banana bridges. They had a very slight hydraulic there in the center. It's not, you can't really zoom in too much, but there's a very slight hydraulic right there at the very start. So at the beginning, it drops down and then it pulls it back up. Ooh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I do not want to try that. What is another? Hey, someone had the same idea, except theirs is a little bit stronger. So they have a rope that goes through the center, then it goes underneath of our small triangle, comes up for a small triangle, another small triangle, and then a small triangle on the bottom, flips over, goes across. You know what? I just feel confidence in knowing that I had a similar idea to somebody who did it for a lot cheaper. And honestly, I think that's a good place to end it for today. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at what the next level has as a little bit of a sneak peek. Oh dear Lord. Oh God. Some pre-built materials can be removed and or altered. Using the clear button removes the bridge and restores pre-built materials. A budget of 50,000. There's boats, there's planes, there's a limo, a couple of hydraulics, and you need to turn around, or you need to grab that, it stops, it goes, and then... Now isn't that just one heck of a bridge? But DTDs, I think that's where we're going to leave you off on for today. Hey, if you like this type of content, if you've been liking the polybridge, videos that have been coming out, feel free to like the video and comment down below so that way I know if you guys actually enjoy this content or not, because it really does help me out. It helps out the analytics, it helps out the algorithm in terms of like how the videos get promoted. So yeah, let me know down below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see what fresh hell that we're going to be walking into in the next one, because I guarantee you this looks like a headache and I'm probably going to be messing up a few times. But hey, I don't know how to do these outros, but there's one thing I can guarantee you. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and bye-bye.